Welcome to the Successful Encore Career Podcast, brought to you by Nationwide Insurance, Central Ohio Area Agency on Aging, and InnoSource. This episode is being recorded at the Veterans Job and Resource Fair, hosted by Congressman Steve Stivers, all at the Rev 1 Ventures in Columbus. I'm Brett Johnson, longtime volunteer with Employment for Seniors, and with me is Carol Ventresca, Executive Director. How are you?
I'm good, Brett. Thank you.
Good.
We have a wonderful program today. We are enjoying our time at Congressman Stivers' Jobs and Resource Fair for Veterans here in Columbus. And we decided to put together some podcast opportunities for those who were here at the resource fair to talk about resources for veterans, because oftentimes it's difficult for veterans to find information. And other folks think that the only thing, particularly our older veterans, need is healthcare, when in actuality, there's a lot of stuff that's out there that's available for them. So today, our guest is John Harris, who is the Veterans Benefits Specialist for the Franklin County Veterans Service Commission. John, thank you so much for coming today. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
This is wonderful. So what we're trying to do is to give the veterans who are listening to us an opportunity to hear more about what it is that your office does. But maybe you could give us a little bit of background about yourself first.
Well, I've been at the Veterans Service Commission for 4 years after retiring from the Army and the Army National Guard after 31 years.
That's fabulous.
Great.
Thank you for your service.
You're welcome. And a month after I retired is when I started working for Franklin County Veterans Service Commission.
So tell us then a little bit about what the County Service Commission is doing. Maybe there's some differences that we can hear about regarding what, county. There are so many offices. There's the county office, the state office, the federal office. Tell us a little bit about the uniqueness of the county office.
Well, the county office, we are an advocate for the veterans between them and the Veterans Administration Office.
Oh, okay.
The VA's federal, we're county. We help the veterans file disability and pension claims and apply for other VA benefits that they may be eligible for. And we also educate them on the criteria for eligibility for VA programs.
That's huge for our veterans. There are so many benefits that are available, but boy, if you don't have the right information, it could be a nightmare.
That is true. And the Veterans Service Commission is actually chartered by the state. Each county has a Veterans Service office, so you don't have to come to Franklin County. Each county has one of its own. It's just staffed differently based on the size of that county and the veteran population. And Franklin County has one of the largest populations of veterans in the state.
Oh, I would think so. Yeah, right. Yeah. So it is you do specifically with health benefits, true, for your position. But there are other kinds of services and programs that are available in the office overall?
Well, it's not true that I do health benefits. I can help them apply for the health benefits. Okay. It's the VA will determine their eligibility there.
Right.
But what we do is we specifically help them apply for disability or pension benefits based on their qualifications or any injuries or illnesses that have been lingering since they were in service. That started when they were in service. So if they have let's say for example, a back injury that happened while they were active duty, and it's been an ongoing problem since they got out, they would have grounds for what we call a service-connected disability claim. We help them do the paperwork to file for that.
Do you tend to see younger veterans more than older veterans, or is it kind of across the board?
It's across the board. I mean, with the latest Persian Gulf, it started in 1990. Actually, as long as somebody put on the uniform and served in the military, they could be eligible for a service-connected disability. It doesn't matter if they actually served in a combat situation or, as we like to say, a hostile fire zone. if they got hurt just doing maintenance on a vehicle on any particular day, and it's an injury, and if it's lingering, then they still have grounds for a claim.
Okay. Let me ask a different question too, John. You are a successful veteran moving from military service into civilian service, to civilian workforce. What were the challenges when you were getting out of the military in terms of your thoughts on what do I want to do and where do I want to work and what's out there for me?
Well, I was kind of more fortunate than some others in the military because my background in the military was human resources, and that's
great.
what I did for the last 15 years of my career, and 13 of that was full-time for the Ohio Army National Guard. It was actually the most fulfilling job I had because what I did was I helped soldiers keep their record straight so they could earn their promotions and qualifications, make sure they had all their awards together, make sure their emergency contact information is updated and insurance. And basically my job was to make sure that they had everything together so they could concentrate on doing their jobs.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Well, you're a success story for your change from military to civilian. Do you know of other folks who have gone through this that you've talked to?
Most of the people that we work with are also veterans, and most of them have some kind of either administrative background or just a desire to help veterans. There's no degree necessary. It's just as long as you are patient, can do paperwork, and can get along with people, that it's a great job to have. I mean, it's a very rewarding job getting veterans connected with their benefits, especially those who had no idea what they had or they tried on their own unsuccessfully, and then we come in and we help them get what they sought.
And you get it. You've been there, you've been in the service, you understand what those issues are, but you also know what Franklin County Veterans Services Commission also does and can provide. So you're really providing an incredible resource as well as a service to veterans. So thank you for that. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I can imagine there's some pushback that the clients that you have, maybe there's some pride. It's like, I don't need the help, I don't want help, maybe a little bit, but not realizing, no, it's all about you guys and ladies. That's what we're here for, is to help you. Get the pride to the side.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah.
A lot of people were trained in the military to be self-sufficient, or you're part of a team, and once you leave the service, 9 times out of 10 people are on their own, or they're a part of a team who wouldn't have the first clue on how to get these benefits. Sometimes they're fortunate and they do, but other times they're just clueless and have nowhere to turn for help. And then when they do come in to us, they think it's more of a failure on their part. And actually it just takes a lot of courage to admit that you need help and to allow people to help you.
Or join another team to help you get what you need to be done. Yeah,
yes.
Exactly.
Great.
Exactly.
Wonderful. So, John, how about some contact information for our listeners? If they need help, how do they get in touch with your office?
Well, the best way to get in contact with us is to call us at area code 614-525-2500. That's our office phone number. One of our wonderful front desk ladies will answer and direct you to one of the service officers or benefit specialists. And if not, please leave a message. We do get quite busy some days, and we do take walk-ins every day. And our hours are 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And on Tuesday, we are open 12:30 to 3 o'clock.
And
Wonderful.
You're located where?
280 East Broad Street.
Okay.
A lot of people get confused because before we moved 4 years ago, we were located at Memorial Hall, which that address was 250 West Broad Street. So a lot of people go down there, and actually that's where they're building the new Veterans Memorial Museum.
Right.
But we're literally 1 mile to the east.
We are actually in the old COSI building before COSI moved across the river.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
that's what I thought. That was that building.
yes,
for
it's
sure.
a great building,
Yeah, it
and
is.
I've been to your office. It's wonderful. So, again, then the phone number is 614-525-2500. Is that correct?
It is.
And so, veterans, if in Franklin County, Ohio, if you need some help, please call the Veterans Services Commission. So, thank you, John, very much for joining us today. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
No problem.
Circle270Media.com.